Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody, and welcome to foggy Auckland. It is sunrise here. Not that you can tell, other than the orange glow on the distance, but fog has rolled in over the last half hour, and it has pretty much completely washed everything out. But it's okay. Today we're leaving New Zealand. We're heading northwest up towards Norfolk Island, which is a protectorate or a territorial island of Australia, about 600 miles away. I have removed the G3000 mod from working title. We'll see if that was making the aircraft do that crazy turning back and forth it was doing. But other than that, we are ready to hop on board and get going. So I know we got Kevin in the chat. Hey, Kevin. And it looks like Oki's joining us. Haven't seen him in the chat yet, but I see him on VATSim, so it's all good. So let's get on board the aircraft, and we can start getting her set up and ready to go. All right, we're on board now. So we'll do our cockpit preparation. Parking brake is set. Landing gear lever is down. Battery switch on. Emergency light switch on. Turn those off. Standby display is on, and avionics switch to dispatch. Thank you. Now I am going to come down here into the index and into the mod setup, and we're going to connect the ground power so that we're not going to be worried about draining the battery. Initialize position, right. So we want to go to position initialization. Alright, so we can put on our full avionics, so we'll have everything up and running, and we can get her set up the way we want it. So we're going to go with that format on that side, and where is the format button for this side? I think it's 3, 2, 3. And that's good. So we're going to go with terrain on this side. We're going to go, we will go weather on that side when it's time, and traffic. And we can set that to 10 miles. That is good. So let's head down and start getting everything set up. Alright, so down to the FMS, which there we go. So we're going to set our position. Position is now set for the aircraft. We'll go into our flight plan. We're actually going to go over to index, second page, route menu, and we're going to import our flight plan from SimBrief, our flight plan. Alright, so we're going to go Becky and execute, and our route is now in place. Okay, good to see you. Just give me 5 seconds here, and I will be right back. Sorry about that. It got very noisy outside my place, so I went and closed the window just to make sure it didn't bleed over into the flight. Alright, so our route is in. We can take a look at our legs. And everything is entered in nicely there. So we'll go back to the flight plan. We're going to go to our departure and arrival. For today's flight, we are departing on runway 05 right, and we're taking the CATM to Quebec departure. CATM to Quebec departure, and we are going out via Elnos. So we'll execute that. For our arrival, there's no arrivals or stars into Norfolk Island, but we are going to be doing the RNAV Yankee for runway 11. as that is what the current weather is favoring. So we'll go to our index, our arrival, next page, RNAV 11 Yankee, and no star, no transitions, will execute, and that is all now entered in. Alright, so the flight plan is in. We are going to now go to our performance initialization. We have our regular 3 passengers, our VIP passengers today. They are on board. Just going to pull up my flight plan. We need to have just want to get my payload right. 0 fuel weight for gross weight on takeoff 6757. So we are going to have about I'm gonna have to redo my calculation here because I want kilograms. Let's give me a interesting fuel number here. Let me just redo it and we'll take a look. Don't need no arrivals, yeah. That's better. 1781 on the fuel. We're showing 16, so let's see if I can change it here. Invalid. Alright, I'm not sure where to change the fuel, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the fuel here. And for fuel we want 1781. There we go, 1803 is good enough. I'm sure that'll change. So we are at 6201. So we'll put in 150. Oop, let's clear that out. Where's clear? 150 kilograms of cargo. There's our 18. So 6847. That's a bit high. So I'm going to make that 50 kilograms of baggage. 67. That's pretty close. We can make that 60, and that should put us bang on. There you go, 6757. Right. So that is now set. And we are good. So we're going to go for our METAR. We'll get our forecast. So we're going to go in here. We're going to go to Data Link. We're going to go Weather. We're going to request the weather. We're going to request it from both locations, where we are now and where we're headed. So November Zulu Alpha Alpha. We'll go there, and then Yankee Sierra November Foxtrot. We'll send that off. We'll go back, we'll view, and we can look here. So the current METAR here, oh, it's the wrong airport. I don't know why, oh, there we are. November Zulu Alpha Alpha. 39 minutes ago, winds are 100 at 2 knots. You can see it, we got fog, so runway 05 right, we have 2,000 foot visibility for takeoff, which is fine. We're in fog, but no clouds, so we just got like an ocean fog is rolled in. 10 degrees, dew point 10 degrees, which is why we have fog. 1028 for the barrel, so we'll set 1028 for the barrel there. And there's the rest of the information from prior. So we're going to go back. Let's see what the weather is looking like up where we're headed. Okay, we got showers, scattered clouds at 3,000, broken at 4,600. So it looks like we might be landing in the rain, and there we got a TAF in there as well we could take a look at later on. We'll also get an update when we get closer. So we've done our departures and arrivals. Our legs are all set. We now head to performance. We're going to set up our VNAV. We're just going to remind ourselves. So 250 knots below 10,000 feet. 240 knot climb speed, or 0.64 on the climb out. Transition altitude of 15,000 feet. We're going up to 43,000. And our target speed are again 300 or 0.74. And for our descent, 290. Transition level down there is 13,000, and that is all good. So we can go back to our performance. We'll go to takeoff. So the winds, as mentioned, are 100 at 2. So not a lot of wind. It's very calm. Outside air temperature is 10 degrees, and the QNH 1028. Alright, that is set, and everything is set in here. We can check the rest of our numbers. We're going to be flaps 15 for takeoff. We need, our takeoff weight is going to be 6711, maximum is 77, so we're under that. We're going to need 660 meters of runway. Runway length is 3,600. Plenty there. Here's our V speeds. V1 of 101, rotation at 102, minimum climb of 115, and our climb out of 140. So we'll send that over. And that has now been sent over to the PFDs. We can go to the next page. Takeoff weight is below maximum, and we got all our structural information there. So we are all good. Alright, so ATC clearance. There is no ATC online. We'll treat ourselves as self-cleared and ready to go. We are going to tune the radios in, though. We'll go here to tuning. And 122.800, which is the Unicom for VATSim. And we are on VATSim. So I think our passengers are all on board, and we are good to start engines. We're not going to require a push. We're just going to start here, and you can see where we are. We will do a right-hand turn. We'll do a left-hand turn. We'll wheel around out to the taxiway and then head down that way into the mist for runway 05 right. Alright, that is foggy out there. So we'll come down to the panel here. We're going to put the beacon light on. Throttles are set to idle and are set. And we're going to start up the engine. So start stop cover will come up. And we're going to start the left engine first. So down here on the engine starter, we'll give buddy out there the signal and start her up. N2 is running. Just wait for it to come up. N2 is at 18%. Hit the start. Oil pressure starting to rise. And one rotation kicking in. Wait for the engine to stabilize. Alright. Some of our display stuff is up. Engine 1 is now stable. Close the cover and starting engine 2. The right engine. Open the cover. Waiting for N2 to hit about 18%. We can hear it spooling. There we go, 18%, and starting engine. We'll close the cover. Watching for hot start. That's the one I want down on this side. And there we have it. Both engines are up and both engines are stabilized. So we can go back in and we can have them disconnect external power. That's the next page. No. Previous page. Ground power off. Alright, ground power is now disconnected. And what we are going to do is change the menu here. I want it to be... Come on, there we go. FMS text. Turn that off. That gives us our planning information. Or our routing information for when we get up and running. So ATC clearance is given, and somebody just followed over on Twitch, I believe. Just waiting for the notification to come up so I can see who that was. Hey, GSRP Jake Jones. Thank you very much for the follow over on Twitch. Much appreciated. Okay, so we have our clearance. Avionics switches, main avionics switches on. ECAS is checked. We have no warnings. Climate control selector will now come on. And seat belts and safety will come on.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
Do a quick flight control check. Full up and down, full left and right rudder is all good. We're also going to check ground spoilers. Ground spoilers works. And we're going to go flaps 15. Flaps 15 indicated and set. Engine anti-ice not going to be required. Outside air temperature is currently 10 degrees and it's just fog. There's no cloud in the area. Altimeters are set. We'll turn on the nav lights. Turn on the taxi lights. And we are ready to taxi out. Okay, I hope you're ready to go. I'm going to ignore this guy. You should actually get out of the way. Parking brake is released. Now before we move, Auckland area traffic, Caribou 5556 at C5, taxiing runway 05 right via Bravo 4 Alpha, holding short Alpha 10. Alright, brakes are released. Maybe I can just swing around to the right here. Not hit them. Just kind of working the brake as we swing around. There we go. There's a few aircraft supposedly sitting around here, but a couple inbound and a few going outbound. Alright, so we're going to taxi down here on this line here to Bravo 4, and then we'll move down to the main taxiway. Still kind of on the apron here. So, Roger, if you would like to do the announcements. Been having the, let's see here, having these issues all day long. And now we're connected again. Something's happened with the servers over the last week. I'll check the data later. Anyway, give the briefing, please.
May I have your attention, please? Welcome aboard the Citation CJ4 aircraft. Your flight crew will make every effort to make your trip a pleasant one. At this time, please refer to the passenger briefing card located near your seat for important safety-related information. Smoking is prohibited aboard this aircraft while the no smoking lights are illuminated and prohibited in the lavatory at all times. Aviation regulations require passenger compliance with lighted no smoking and seatbelt signs, placards, as well as flight crew instructions. For taxi, takeoff, and landing, please ensure that your lap belt and shoulder harness are fastened and all portable electronic devices are turned off. Tables, luggage, and loose articles must be stowed and secured. Seats must be in the upright and outboard position, and your headrest extended per instructions located near your seat. To fasten your lap belt, place the flat metal end into the bottom.
Oh, it looks like the sun's starting to burn through the fog a little bit. Oh, we got, oh, is that you, Oki? Wow. Made you a 737.
Portion of the bundle to release the shoulder.
I'm going to have to modify that.
From the stud. Because of the possibility of unexpected turbulence, please keep your lap belt securely.
Time to play with the VRM file a little bit.
While in your seat. In the event of cabin depressurization, oxygen masks will automatically drop from overhead compartment. Locate the nearest mask, pull the mask down to the full length of the tubing, and place it over your nose and mouth. Adjust masks. So
we're not going to need to backtrack that last little bit of the runway.
Don your mask.
Got more than enough room.
Assisting others with their masks. An emergency exit is located at the right side of the aft cabin. To open the emergency exit, remove the plastic panel covering the release handle. Turn the handle in the clockwise direction. Pull the top of the emergency exit inward, lifting the base out of the opening and into the cabin. Discard the emergency exit overboard. Exit the cabin by stepping through the opening onto the wing and continue forward off the wing. The main entry door, which you use to enter the aircraft,
I think your call sign is confusing it, but I don't know. I'll put in a thing in the VRM file. If you're going to use that HAOKY call sign all the time, I'll put a thing in there to modify it so it forces the connection. Because it's saying you should be the same as me at CJ4. But I don't understand.
Wrap the strap around your waist, buckle, and tighten the strap. For children, wrap the belt around a leg, buckle, and tighten the strap. Inflate the life vest after exiting the plane by pulling downward on both red tabs. If the life vest fails to inflate, blow into the manual inflation tubes attached to the vest. For information on the location and use of fire extinguishers, as well as other emergency or survival equipment, refer to your passenger briefing card or consult your flight crew. Thank you.
So that's Alpha 9. We're heading down to Alpha 10. Before we go, I'll go out and make sure that the Bing data is back on. And then we'll do our before takeoff checks. We're going to do an initial climb out of 15,000. There we go. 15,000 set. Here's Alpha 10 coming up. So we'll stop there, do the data check, and then we can do our departure checks, or before takeoff check. All right. So parking brake is on. Quick dropout to check the data. Turn it back on. Now we gotta wait a minute while it does its thing. There we go. Go back and resume. So that is all set. So landing lights will come on. Strobe lights are on. Trims are set for takeoff. TCAS is on. TCAS TARA and 7,000. Back to legs. Pitot heat is on for 1 and 2. Ice protection not required. Autopilot we're cleared to 24,000. Takeoff go around, the buttons are set. Okay, you taking position? Okay. We'll wait for you to get going. Looks like he's rolling. Auckland area traffic, Caribou 55, 56, taking position, runway 05 right at Alpha 10 and holding for departing traffic. Auckland. Alright, brakes are released. We can move out. A couple of minutes to get himself up and away. Set the brakes. So while we wait, there we go again. So while we're waiting here, we can turn our panel lights up a bit, brighten them up. That's good. We're going to sync our heading, and we're going to go into heading mode. And we are going to go flight level change and we'll work our speeds up as we get going. So we'll give Oki about another 30-40 seconds, let him get some distance out there as he climbs out. So everything is set, cabin is secured, landing lights are on, flap set 15. Cleared altitude of 15,000 is set. Heading indicator is set. And we're good to go. Auckland area traffic, Caribou 5556. Rolling runway 05 right on the Cadma to Quebec departure. Alright, brakes are set. And we are good. Aircraft is in takeoff mode. Let me just confirm that. There we go. Bringing the engines up. Brakes released. Takeoff power set. Hold her on the runway. A little bit squirrely. V1 rotate. It's 10 degrees, positive rate, gear up. Here we go. So autopilot going on. We'll go into heading mode. We'll go into flight level change. We'll set it for 200. And then we'll crank this up to 250. Actually 240 below 10,000. Flaps coming up. And we can go over to our nav mode and follow the flight plan. There's the fog below. Now climbing out. See the mountains to the north. And it's quite the fog in the basin today. Sunrise fog. And we're now going to bring the power back. Climb power. Climb power is set. Keep it at about 95. So, after takeoff checks, landing gear is up, flaps are retracted. He still looked like a 737 to me, but I could be mistaken. There's 10,000 feet. We're going to increase our climb speed to 290. We're making our turn. Now set our range to 50 miles. We're going to make sure our traffic is on. And we will turn the weather radar on for this one over here. just turn terrain off for now. Yep, foggy morning. So we're turning onto course, and now we get to see how she holds. You getting the same thing, Oki? It's been happening for like a week now, eh, Kev? When we started noticing it, was it after Sim Update 9 or before they were starting to do it constantly?
Altitude.
We're coming up for our cleared altitude, so we're going to set 43,000, our ultimate level, our cruise altitude. There we go. And we'll set 6.4 on the Mach. If we remember, if we go to our VNav, which was performance, we'll go VNav. Page 2, we can look at our, page 1, our climb. 0.64240, so we're now above transition, so we're coming up to slowly up to 0.64, so when we get there we'll lock it in on 0.64 for the rest of the climb out. Yeah, just before the update. Couldn't remember if we think, hey, did you notice the notice that came out that there is a hot fix or a patch coming for update 9? Not sure when. It's just in the next day or so, I think. Kind of wonder if they did something to the servers and it's when they did an update to them. Alright, so we're above transition. So we'll go over to standard pressure. If they did something and it's kind of impacting the servers, I don't know. Alright, so we're about an hour and a half out of Norfolk Island. I'm just going to climb up the North Island of New Zealand here. Basically flying right up it. Hello, Brian. How are you doing today? Hope everything is good and you're doing well. I guess you're finished work. Alright, so there's 6.3. We're going to switch over to Mach mode and we're going to lock it at 6.4. And that's where we'll stay. Yeah, it didn't say, Kevin. It just said they're working on it to resolve issues that cropped up with update 9. So I didn't read it in detail to see if there was any more detailed information on what those issues were. Just about finished? That's good. That's good. So a little update for tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream is probably not going to happen. So our next stream is going to be Sunday. We'll be flying the 747s again. This time we're flying from Toronto down to Miami. Tomorrow may happen still. I won't know till later tonight. If it does, I'll post something up in the Discord, but I'm not expecting it to go ahead, so we'll have to go by that. What did I say? Mach 64? That'd be fast. Alright, so we're now on to the next waypoint. So this is a long one. It's 164 miles on this between points. So we'll see if the aircraft starts doing that left turn, right turn thing it was doing. And if it does, we know it was the G3000 mod. And I just won't use it because everything else seems to work pretty good. It's not bad. We're climbing out at 2,000 feet per minute right now. 6.4, yeah. I don't even think the X-15 went 6.4. Beautiful views out here today over the southern Pacific Ocean. So Norfolk Island is a alien technology. Yeah. So Norfolk Island is an external territory of Australia. Together with the neighboring Phillip Island and Nepean Island, the three islands collectively form the territory of Norfolk Island. 2016 census, it had 1,748 inhabitants. Interesting. So that's where we're headed. And looks like the rain stopped. There's still some cloud cover there. So, maybe raining again when we get there. I'm not sure what the SR... Well, I think the SR-71 stuff is still classified. So who knows? Alright. So since we are in the climb out, and everything is looking good, let's see what I can find here. Oh, you can take a trip around the world. Oh, I think that's Oki up ahead. Not seeing him on TCAS. You got your transponder on, Oki? Should be within 100 miles of me. Absolutely. It's self-serve in the back. In the cabinets here, you'll find a selection of snacks and drinks. Help yourself. Oh yeah, you're probably outside of the 10,000 foot range or whatever.
Rigid
We'll see if
power
you
tools.
come in when I
Orange
get
and
up to
black,
cruise
leading the
altitude.
pack. Because Rigid Power Tools have the industry's only lifetime service agreement. Free batteries for life, free parts for life, and free service for life. For on the job or a job around the house. Rigid.
Rigid Tools, pro performance for life. Only at the Home Depot Rigid Tool Takeover event on now.
I drove my wife to the hospital in this car the day my daughter was born.
This van took our family on some of the best
and worst road trips.
Every vehicle holds memories, which makes saying goodbye tough. Give your car a legacy to remember.
Looks like everybody is availing themselves of the galley.
Will help Canadians living with kidney disease, and that's a memory you can
If we had like a
cherish.
Challenger
Your car
600
offers
series,
fast free towing, plus a minimum
could,
tax receipt of $300.
have a
Donate at kidneycar.ca.
cabin attendant, but turn that down a little bit. It's 37,000 coming up. There's the view down on the northern part of Auckland, or New Zealand, the North Island. A little bit hilly. Still a while to go though. It stretches up for quite a bit. Just kind of monitoring our climb out here. We got about 5,000 feet to go. .70 knot wind. Quite the push from the side. See how we are turned almost 10 degrees off our track line in order to deal with the push. I'm going to switch these over. I'm going to put this one into weather mode. See, I put you in weather mode and you show up. In TCAS, okay. I'm gonna have to do it that way, and I'll put you into that mode. I'm gonna go train if I need it. Okay. But I don't want that. I want that. No, that's right. Just under 3,000 feet to go. Oki's about 18 miles ahead of us or so. I'll release the guys in the back. They can get up and move around. This music's too weird for me. Maybe we'll just put in some typical background. There, all our fancy private jet flyers will enjoy this. So we're going to aim for a cruise of, come down here again. Just a double check. 0.74 is going to be our cruise speed. So that's what we'll aim for with the throttles. Again, the joys of manual throttles.
Altitude.
1,000 to go. You'll be back for descent? Where are you going? Leaving the flight deck? Well, the aircraft seems a lot more stable. It's not doing this left and right thing, so we'll see if what happens when we get it into cruise. Alright, so we're starting to level off. There we go. So we're going to pull the power back, put the engines into cruise mode. Still in climb mode. There we go. We're in cruise mode. Now we're going to watch as our speed increases, and we're going to try to pin it around 0.74. This is an RNAV. I haven't done an RNAV in this thing, so hoping it works the same with the approach, and she'll fly the RNAV down. We'll check the restrictions. Let's try to balance the engines here. There we go. So just reading about the patch, it says it's to fix some of the issues reported following Sim Update 9. One of them may be something to do with flickering displays, but there's no other information. But since the next world update is mid-May, 17th of May, they figure it will be out before then. So that's only 11 days from now, so it's got to be sometime between those days. Oh, how'd I get that back? Oh, I was flicking around. Right. Put you back into come on, change. That mode. There we go. Oop. Our speed's getting up there. I don't want the alarms to go off, so we're going to pull back. And we're now going to adjust for 0.74. We're almost into overspeed territory there. Bring it down to 8.9 and we'll see where it ends up. So if we go to index and then, performance, fuel management. So we're on an hour and a half flight and it says we have 2 hours and 42 minutes of fuel. 1,163 kilometers till we go into reserve, but we'll be at our destination 467. So everything is looking good there. We have enough fuel for our destination. So there we go. We're just falling shy of 7.3, so we're going to bring the engines up to about 91. And we'll let the airplane sit here for a minute and see where we end up. Still decreasing. So we'll go up to 93. And this is where the fun game of throttle management starts to play into it. Speed's still coming back. So go up to 95. This is my dinner after the flight. Homemade tacos. So you can't stay outside too long. Oh, we're still not picking up, so let's go up to 97. There's the top end of the North Island below us. Yeah, it's one of my favorite foods. Love beef tacos, chicken taco, fish tacos. Get some good fish in there. Nice slaw with it. Beef tacos for me tonight, though.
where homeowners get approved.
Hey, I need a loan. I'm looking for a loan. Can I get a $40,000, $80,000? How about a $500,000 loan?
Sure. I just need to know if you're a homeowner. Did you buy your home? Is it all yours? Name on the title and nothing more?
Oh, yes, I own my home. It's a very nice home. It's been mine for 10 years. I bought it all on my own. Now, how about that loan? Go once, going twice.
Sold! I mean, approved!
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
Federal license 12616.
Savor everyday moments with Virtual by Nespresso. Enjoy your favorite morning long cup or simply explore a variety of coffee styles. It all starts with the touch of a button. Virtual by Nespresso. Make your everyday extraordinary.
You used to go fishing. Who, me? Nah. I mean, I have, but I'm not really a fisherman. Let's jump on board, see what the throttle is doing. I don't know, 0.74. Kind of holding. Creeping slightly, so we'll just ease back to under 6.5. There we go. So it looks like Oki's stabilized at about 22 miles, 21 miles in front of us. Never been a hunter. I mean, nothing against guns. I've been around them my whole life and use them for work and everything. But, no, just not a hunter. I don't know. I'm not big on camping either. I don't mind, like, in a motorhome or an RV and having the conveniences, but I've spent so much time out in the woods in misery, especially in the military, that just have no interest in sleeping in tents and stuff like that anymore. That part of my life is long gone. Alright, so we're getting a little fast, so we're going to bring the power back to just under 9.6. Oh, fish tacos? They're huge in the Caribbean, Mexico, and more recently up in the U.S. and Canada. You get a nice piece of fish in there, deep fried, and you get a nice slaw. A little garlic mayo aioli on it. Oh, it's fantastic. Oh yeah, like I don't, again, buildings are fine. If you got a nice cabin and that's what you work out of and stuff like that, it's great. And I love being outdoors. I love walking through nature and seeing it and all that stuff. I spend a lot of time in the rain and the snow at night out there, in wet clothing, sleep, the army stuff they don't tell you about when you join. So I'd rather not if I can avoid it, at least that way. But RVing and doing it that way, no problem with that. So we can see our fuel prediction now that we're set in cruise. We have 405 miles to go with a ground speed of 423. We're just over, or just around an hour out. As you see, 57 minutes, and we have 21:32 is our arrival time. It's currently 20:35. We should have 770 kilograms of fuel on board when we land, and our gross landing weight will be 6.2 tons. So that's all good. Oh, the countryside up there, Perry Sound, North Bay, when you get up through outside of the towns, Halliburton, and all that type of stuff is beautiful area. So it looks like we got a disco here. So that's heading into the RNAV. So we're going to just take a look at the charts. Yeah, Pinky's our first point onto the RNAV. So we're going to grab Pinky, put it in there, execute that. So we'll go right from Becky to Pinky. Now we've got no other altitude restrictions since there is no star, but I'm going to say at Becky I'm going to want 5,000 feet. So we can plan for that. And then we'll come down to our arrival. I don't want it to be an above. I want us to be at (230). And then SNFWF is to be 1960. And then that should bring us down. So we'll set our descent altitude to 2300. We'll then go into approach mode. It should take us down, and we should be able to do the visual for the rest of the landing. Looks like we got our throttle set right. Our speed's kind of holding at 0.74. Everything is looking good. So I'm going to step away for a minute. I'll leave you with the music and a bit of a view. I won't go too long because, again, manual throttles seem to be slowing down slightly. Let's see if we can get this engine 1 up to 9.6. There we go. And we'll hold there. So I'll be back in a couple minutes. turn the music down a little bit. So really enjoying the CJ4. It's a fun airplane. Well, most of the airplanes are fun once you get used to them. "48 minutes. Alright, so let's go down and check the current weather at our destination. So we're going to go index, data link, weather, request. We can send both, it's fine. And then we can, obviously we're just going to check Norfolk. Oop, return, view. And Norfolk. So the current weather at 20:30, so 15 minutes ago, automatic reporting. Winds are 090 at 12 knots. We're going to be landing on runway 11, so it's not bad. We're going to get a slight left headwind, crosswind. Scattered clouds at 2800, scattered at 4800. Temperature is 21 degrees. Dew point 16, and 1024 is the Barrow. So 090 at 12, 21, and 1024. So we're going to go into our performance approach, and we're going to set the information up. So runway 11 is already entered. We're landing here at Yankee Sierra November Foxtrot. Runway length is 1,892 meters. Conditions are currently dry. So 090 at 12. That's going to give us a headwind of 10 and a left crosswind of 6. So it's almost 45 degrees, slightly, probably about 50 degrees or so. Outside air temperature of 21 degrees. (1024) for the Barrow. So everything's looking good there. We can go to the next page. A and I still don't know what that means. You guys know what that means, Okie? A and I. Anyway, our landing weight's going to be 6.1, and our maximum landing weight is 7.1. So we're 1,000 kilograms under our landing weight. We need 785 meters to land. The runway length is 1892. We have more than enough there. Our load factor of 1 is fine. VREF is 104. V approach is 111. So we'll send that over to our nav display. And if we come over here, landing weight again is about 1,000 kilograms under, and we're all good on our informations. So all our approach information is now set. Mach 0.745, so we are good. Let's see if I prefer. If I go to That format, that format, that format. Yeah, I'm not sure which one I prefer. That format. Not sure when we're going to see top of descent pop up. Should be before ABPOM, because that's only just over 40 miles out from the airport. It's not giving me a top of descent in here. Let's see where it puts it. We've been very stable in flight. No turbulence out here over the water. And we're just cruising along. So one last thing, the missed approach procedure is going to track directly out to SNF WH, which I believe was on runway heading, and then we track out on 107 degrees, climbing to 2300, runway heading again, and we'll make a right turn and loop back around and try again. Better view. I don't like that one. It's in the well, that gives us the full aircraft. We'll go with that one. Actually, thinking back to it, I don't think the RNAV works in the aircraft. But we will, we'll see. We should be able to hand fly it down. Should not be an issue.
I drove my wife to the hospital in this car the day my daughter was born.
This van took our family on some of the best
And worst road trips.
Every vehicle holds memories, which makes saying goodbye tough. Give your car a legacy to remember. Donate it to Kidney Car. Your donation will help Canadians living with kidney disease, and that's a memory you can cherish. Kidney Car offers fast freight towing, plus a minimum tax receipt of $300. Donate at kidneycar.ca.
Are you thinking about taking the next step in your tech career? Carfax is currently hiring tech professionals in multiple locations across Ontario. Come join our top-rated team of innovators, where we have openings across experience levels in software engineering, UX design, SEO analysis, and more. Tap the banner now for more details.
The Okies moved ahead slightly. It's out to about 23 miles. Which is good. He'll give us a report on the weather when we get there. Those slight adjustments are for the wind changing. It's not the major turns that it was doing before where you saw the flight director kick it and we went into like a 30-degree bank. It kept going left and right. Yeah, not much to see out the windows except the ocean. It was a fairly short flight though. Just over an hour and a half. Well over halfway now. Monitoring the flight. The top of descent marker is now appearing. About 100 miles to top of descent. So at this speed we're about 15 minutes or so till we start heading down. The island's pretty isolated. There is a small island south of it. There are two islands, a really small one just south of it, and just further out a little bit bigger one. Don't know if they're occupied or inhabited. We'll take a look. See if we can bring it up on a map. So it's Phillip Island and Nepean Island. Oh yeah, okay, there's the two islands. Phillip Island looks to be uninhabited, but it does have some walking trails on it. Some beautiful scenery, and there's all kinds of parks on the island. Nepean Island looks to be uninhabited. Very interesting. Okay, you back? You got top of descent coming up shortly. Hope you're ready for it. We're heading towards Abvom. Yoke might be pushing it a little bit further ahead of me. About 24 miles out now. Right now it's just a case of monitoring and seeing how we do with everything. I'll just leave the music on. I'm going to go out, just take care of one or two things so that by top of descent we are ready to go. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Savor everyday moments with Virtual by Nespresso. Enjoy your favorite morning long cup or simply explore a variety of coffee styles. It all starts with the touch of a button. Virtual by Nespresso. Make your everyday extraordinary.
Now you can get anything delivered with Uber Eats, but that doesn't mean you can eat anything you get delivered. From groceries to alcohol to so much more, Uber Eats. Get anything, don't always eat it. Not literally anything. Item availability varies by market. Alcohol in select cities only. Must be of legal drinking age to purchase alcohol. See app for details.
Hi, I'm Patrick Ratton-Keefe, a reporter at the New Yorker magazine. On my new podcast, Wind of Change, I investigated a rumor I haven't been able to shake since I first heard it years ago. It came from someone inside the CIA. And the story was that the agency had written one of the best-selling rock songs of all time, a song that changed the world. So that was the tip that started me on this story, and it only got crazier from there. Listen to Wind of Change, a new original series from Pineapple Street Studios, Crooked Media, and Spotify.
All right, we're getting close. So we've got those hard altitudes set in. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set ourselves in for a 2,000 foot minimum. And then we're going to look at beginning our descent. About a mile out from SNF WF, we'll begin our 3-degree down descent for landing, which should be around 650, 680 feet per minute. So let's go into the altimeter, or the altitude select. We'll set 2,000. There we go. So as we get close to the top of descent, we're now going to come over, select VNav. Path is armed. And we'll just monitor for the path intercept and then speed adjustment to maintain that 0.74 down until we go equivalent to 290, and then we'll adjust for that. We'll bring the power back slightly as we're getting up to 753. Oki's on his way down, so it looks like he's back. Which is good to hear. Again, we're programmed for a 3-degree down angle. Getting close. Small airplane like this will move around a lot in the air, so we're kind of rocking back and forth. Plus, the air is very thin up here. It doesn't take much to get movement. Oh, there's Oki. He's on descent. He's pouring himself a drink. Okay, top of descent's almost here. Path indicator is now alive, or active. Path indicator is now alive. Norfolk Island area traffic, Caribou 5556, leaving flight level 430 for the RNAV Yankee runway 11, Norfolk Island. Start bringing the power back. Keep that 0.74 or 7.74, 7.4. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit more. That's what I'm doing. I don't have an ILS for the airport, at least on my charts. Take a quick look. At least it didn't show up in one of the places I checked. All I've got is a RMP X-ray and an RMP Yankee. Weather is 09013, scattered 2600, scattered 4600, 1025 for the QNH. Just gonna watch my speed. Quickly go down and change that. So 090 at 13. Temperature 21, 1025. Oh, you could do it that way. I'm kind of doing it a little bit more squared off. I've already set up for it. I'll just keep her going. Alright, so we got the metadata. We don't have a star. Performance information is entered in. We should put the flap information in now as well. So go to the next page.
I drove my wife to the hospital in this car. The day my daughter was born.
This man took our family on some of the best.
Runway dry.
Every vehicle holds memories, which
Resend the new information.
give your car a legacy to remember.
Alright.
Donate it to Kidney Car. Your donation will help Canadians.
So
live
V
with
speeds are
diseases,
sent.
and that's a memory you can cherish. Kidney Car offers fast freight towing, plus a minimum tax receipt of $300. Donate at kidneycar.ca.
My credits.
Hi, I'd like a loan to consolidate all my bills into one easy payment.
So we're going to want 250 knots by the time we hit 10,000.
I just need to know if you're a homeowner.
Sorry about that. Homeowner. Yes.
You're approved. See, I thought, never mind.
Hear that, kids? Finally, someone's making my life easier. Alpine credits, where homeowners get approved.
Go to alpinecredits.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
So we're 104 miles out from the airport. Should be track miles. See if they have any other nav stuff available. We've got an NDB and we got a VOR. So let's bring them up and see what we can see. So the for the nav 1, let's go 112.4. It doesn't look like we have we have an ADF. We'll set that at 260. If we come over here, let's see. Which one brings up the indicators? VOR and ADF are both on. Let's see what pops up. Oh, there's the overspeed. Not paying attention. Roger should have caught that. .290 is where we want to hold it, roughly. I'm also going to drop this back to 25 miles. And we want to be in that format. So we'll get the guys in the back to belt up.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
All right, there's 21,000. So we are cleared below transition. So we'll put that in a 1025. Okay, I want that to go. Oh, it's still okay. We'll do it when we get down to transition itself. I'm not sure why that's in the wrong mode. It's 20,000 feet. Speed creeping again. Just going to monitor that. We're going to have to start reducing anyway as we get up towards or down towards 10,000 feet. I think I left the landing lights on. Yeah, I did. $17,000. There we go. That's what I wanted. Kick this back to 10 miles now. I wish they had separate ranges that you could set for the various panels. That would be very nice. There's the first of the islands. The main one's over there under the clouds. We're about to make our turn. There we go. So, got the one arrow pointing towards the VOR. It's 13,000 feet. We'll start easing our speed back. See our restriction there of 5,000 feet. Set the local pressure. There we go. 250 knots. Weather's not too bad. It's through 10,000 feet. Landing lights are on. Logo lights are on. And we will get the landing briefing done.
May I have your attention, please? We will be landing shortly. Please turn off all portable electronic devices, stow tables, secure luggage, and loose articles. Return your seat to the upright and outboard position. Extend your headrest and fasten your lap belt and shoulder harness. After landing, please remain in your seat with your lap belt and shoulder harness securely fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop in the parking area. Thank you.
It's 8,000 feet. On the path, there's a large island down there, one with all the hiking trails on it. I believe that's the large island. Might be the small one. That looked like the large one. It's 2,000 feet to go. Speed's down to 225. So minimums are minimums. I'm drawing a blank on where you set minimums. Ah, there it is. It will be a... Come on, move. Barrow of 960. Uh, 970, good enough. Let's turn, bring the speed back to 200 knots. It's 5,000 feet. Setting down to 2,000 feet, or 2,300. Reduce the range one more notch. Like Oki. Oki, what did you say? Was that your final, or you clear the active? I didn't pick that up. We are right back in idle on the engines. 5 miles final. Okay. Plenty of room. So it looks like we come down and we're going to taxi up runway 0422 to the ramp. I think we've been here before. I can't remember what we were flying, but remember, I think, oh, we might have been in A320s. Alright, so we're below 200 knots. We'll go down to flaps 1.
Altitude.
1,000 to go. Speed's coming back, 175. I'm gonna bring the speed brakes out now. Start slowing us right down.
Landing gear.
Flaps full, gear down. Lining up for the runway. So we've got just about a mile and a quarter to go, and then we will start down. Let's get our speed under control here.
Autopilot.
All right. Pilot's off. Start our descent. Norfolk Island traffic, Caribou 5556 is 6.5 miles out on the IE RNAV runway 11, Norfolk Island. That speed back. Have the runway in sight. Looks like we're a little low. Kind of doing the visual here. Keep my speed in view. There we go. And keep a minimum descent rate until we get a couple weights going there.
Minimums.
Landing. So gear down. 3 green. Flaps. 35. Cabin is secure. Landing lights on. Slightly flat. That's okay. Kind of holding at a shallow angle. So we should intercept. See the rest of the terminal there is behind the hill. That's why we got to taxi up the runway to get to it. Alright, we're looking good. Coming over the trees. 3 reds, 1 white. Now we're high.
500.
Slightly nose down. Want to make sure we clear the trees. We got plenty of room to roll. There's that wind. Holding it off.
Altitude.
Get that nose pinned. And there we go. She wanted to float on me there. Alright, so flaps up. Speed brakes pulled. Taxi in. Alright, since we are off the active, we will turn the landing lights and the strobe lights off. There's Oki and his big jet. Oh, it's an A320 now. I'll put in your call sign. We'll see if I can force it through the model matching. V-pilot. Gotta remember this thing to pin the nose down. It tends to lift very easily. But at least that rain passed through and it's not raining here now. Yeah, this is one of the early flights we did in Neo. I remember it now. We were all piled up into the apron here. I'll just park at the end of this line here. There we go. So we're now parked up. So spoilers are up, flaps are retracted, landing light is off. Taxi light was on, taxi light's now off, logo light's off. Pitot heats can come off, ice protection is fine. TCAS will go to standby, and strobes are off. So parking brake is set, emergency light switches will come off. Standby display will come off. Avionics will come off. Climate control will go off. Throttles are in idle. Both engines are turned off. Rest of the lights are off. The light can come off and the battery can come off. So that's a shutdown. We're here in Norfolk Island. Thanks everyone for joining us for the flight. Hope you enjoyed. We will see you on the next one. At the moment it's looking like it will be on Sunday. Like I said on the Discord, I'll let everybody know if we are flying tomorrow for the Pan Am. But it's not likely at this point in time. Alright, take care everybody. See you on the next one. Bye for now.